So this month we've been talking about prayer, right? I'm not wrong, right? Yeah, prayer. Yes. So you've heard this month from Reverend Dean Miller, Reverend Faith Cotter, from our licensed unity teacher, Hank Lewis, and they've told you about how unity sees prayer. Does anybody remember anything about what they said the last month or so? All right. Let me ask you this. Do you feel good after being here, for those who were here? We'll go with that, right? As long as you feel good, that's what you're going to remember, right? You've heard it said before, I could be up here telling you the most amazing thing. And maybe next week, maybe next year, or a couple of years from now, you won't remember what I said, right? I know you've heard it said before, you'll just remember how I made you feel. So let's hold on to that, right? So with that thought, don't worry about what I'm going to say about right now. If it feels good, just take it for what it's worth. So yeah, you've heard him talk about a couple of Unity's principles. The third principle, which talks about your thoughts and what you hold in mind, you bring about. Or as our Unity co-founder Charles Fillmore likes to say, thoughts held in mind produce after their kind. And they also mention Unity's fourth principle, which goes more in line with prayer, right? It's about prayer. And our Unity prayer is about, the main thing we use is the denials and the affirmations. Now, some of you may know by now that denials is not about denying that something's happening to you. It's just about denying that it has any power over you. Does that feel good? But don't stop there. After you do that, go into your affirmations, right? You want to affirm something good for your life. You want to affirm wholeness. You want to affirm abundance. You want to affirm health. You want to affirm love for your loved ones, for those around you, for your community, for your city, for your country. I'd like to challenge you right now that it's not just about having a consistent prayer ritual, if you will. I'm one. Every morning I get up, and the first thing I say is some word of gratitude about the fact that I had a restful night, even though sometimes they're not so restful, but I'm still grateful for it. And I'm grateful that I'm here one more day to commune with others, to be of service, to love on my family. And yes, you could be doing that every day. But what if you can, instead of just learning all those things, doing all those things, what if I can challenge you to go beyond that? Now, what do I mean by that? How could you possibly go beyond that? Well, that's where my title comes from, right? Become a living prayer. Now, how do you go about doing that? There are a few items that I want to mention. And in simple terms, I want you to embody whatever it is that you're praying for, that you're praying about. Let me go through them, and then we'll go a little more deeply into what I mean by that. So if you want to practice becoming a living prayer, go through life expecting good things for you, expecting good things for your life. Show of hands, how many truly do that every day? A few of you. Wonderful. This must be the advanced class. Wonderful. And along those lines, look for moments to experience those answered prayers. Sometimes we pray about something, we have something in mind, and then we forget about it. But if we're looking out for it, when you least expect it, you realize that either you're getting that answer right now, or maybe you got it already, right? Maybe it came in the way that you were not expecting it. Maybe the answer you got was not something you were hoping for, right? But it is something that was there for you to learn from it. And it is because in the highest sense, you needed it. At this moment that is happening, if it's not feeling well, you think, why is this happening to me? You've heard me talk about other things in my past, about how I was raised, things that happened in my life. And yes, even about how my relationship with my dad was not always the best. But right now, having experienced everything I did the last few years, especially having had some wonderful, amazing moments with my dad before he passed away last year, I am extremely grateful that he came to teach me what I was supposed to learn so that I can be the man that I am supposed to be. Without him, I would not be here right now. Without him, my sisters and I would not be in the U.S., period. I did not know this till much later, or even right before he passed, that the reason he came to the U.S. is because he saw a movie that some of you might know, because it's a movie from 1945, and it explains why we ended up where we ended up. The movie's called A Tree Grows in Brooklyn. And guess what? That's where we moved. Little did I know that's why we ended up in Brooklyn. But hey, I feel good about it, right? Nah, just kidding. No, but all seriousness, we need to keep looking at everything with gratitude, which is my other point. No matter what happens, good or bad, be grateful at every turn for everything that's happening in your life. Even the most mundane things that you are experiencing through your day. Yes, be grateful. If you're going somewhere and you gotta be somewhere at a certain time and you get there late, there might be a high reason why you ended up there late. You had an appointment, you got there late for work, and yes, be grateful, of course, when you're on time. Be grateful when you take a wrong turn, right? I mentioned it a while back, if anybody was here when I said it, if you remember what I said. There was one time I was going somewhere here in Orlando, and for no apparent reason, I made the wrong turn. I just, instead of going up, if you know Cimarron, going up to Cimarron, I turned this road before it. And I'm like, why did I turn here? I'm like, okay, I know how to get out of here and keep going where I'm going. Just so happens when I got back to Cimarron, a couple of blocks down, I looked to my left as I was making a right. There was a massive accident that had just happened, and everybody was locked in. And that's just a little example. I'm sure all of you have something like that, where sometimes you think, why did I go here, or why did this happen? But you know down the road, you experience that, yes, it was for the best. So besides looking for gratitude and the joy, and yes, and the sorrow, let's embody that prayer that I mentioned earlier. Now, how do you do that? When you get out of bed, start with that attitude that this is the best day of your life. You know why? Because yesterday doesn't exist, does it? It's already gone, right? Should we worry about tomorrow? You've heard it said, tomorrow what? Never comes. Think about it. When tomorrow comes, when are you? You're in the right here and right now. So you're always in the present moment. That's why they call it a gift, right? The present. So yeah, go around expecting the good, being grateful for everything that you have, looking out for those answered prayers. And I think most importantly, by embodying this love, this connection, this communion, it'll be easier, I think, for you to go out into the world and guess what? Help those around you. Be of service. If somebody needs a shoulder to cry on, be that shoulder. If somebody needs an uplifting word, let God speak through you. One of the things I like to say sometimes before I come up here, and this I got from A Course in Miracles, from those of you that know it. I like to say, God, may your thoughts be my thoughts. May your words be my words. May your voice be my voice. And may your actions be my actions. And on that note, in lieu of meditation, I'm actually going to end with a little exercise. And I think you'll appreciate it when we're done with it. So if you're able, if you want to stand up, I want you to pick a partner, preferably somebody you didn't come with, but if that's what you want, that's fine. Pick a partner, any partner. And I want you to look at each other face to face. All right, are we ready? Okay, you looking at each other? All right. Now I want you to greet. Okay, we're waiting on somebody. Okay. I want you to greet this person as if it was somebody that you really didn't care for, that you'd rather not have run into, that you'd rather not see. Go ahead and greet that person right now. Okay. So how come I'm seeing all kinds of smiles and stuff if it was somebody you didn't want to? All right. I want you to choose another partner now. Somebody else. Go ahead. Okay. Are we ready? All right. Same deal. I want you to look at this person in the eyes and greet them as if he or she were a beloved relative that you haven't seen in ages. Go. Wonderful. How does that feel? Did that feel better? Guess what? One more time. Choose a different person right now. Behind you. Okay, are we ready? I think we're still missing a pair here. Okay? All right. Listen up. Now I want you to greet this person as you look at them in the eye, as if this were your guardian angel, an ascended master, Jesus, Buddha, whoever your spiritual hero is. Go ahead, greet them. And as you wrap it up, if you want to sit back down in your seat. All right, I know you want to stay with your spiritual partner right now, but let's get back to the seats. Let me ask you, how did that feel? Would you like to feel like this all the time? Is it easy to do? Well, not all the time, right? Let's be honest. But think about what you just experienced. We can be doing daily prayers, daily meditations. But if you don't go out into the world feeling the way you're feeling right now, greeting those around you the way you just greeted them, then you're not really following, you're not living your prayer. If you want to be living your prayer, remember this moment. Like I said, you probably forget what I said, but remember how you felt. And go out into the world and be that lending hand. Be that shoulder to cry on. Be that laughter that somebody wants to hear. Or that loving person that somebody wants to be around with. Thank you.